Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we are coming back at you with another video that will be predicting who will dethrone each current WWE champion. If you guys remember a couple months back, I did this video, and some of the champions have changed, and some of them have not. Some of my opinions have changed, and some of them also have not. But either way, we're going to find a way to make this video entertaining for you. So don't forget to leave a like on this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you do watch, I know you're going to fall in love with this channel because we upload weekly content every single week. So without further ado, let's predict who will dethrone each WWE champion right now. Let's start off by talking the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The current champions right now are Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. The last time I predicted things, the champions were Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, I think it was. You guys can go and watch that video. But the current champions right now are Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. And right now, honestly, I don't really have an answer. I don't see anybody dethroning these two right now because, like, you know, the women's tag team division, you already know, it doesn't really have much. So I don't really see anybody being like potential threats for Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. However, the reason I think these two are going to dethrone or lose the titles is because Jade Cargill will eventually turn on Bianca Belair, and then they're going to forfeit these tag team titles because, like, who in real life can really beat these two? I know Damage Control has tried, the Pure Fusion Collective has tried, the Unholy Union. I don't think Katana Chance and Kaden Carter are going to be able to. So I don't really have a direction besides Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill turning on each other. Now, who I think will be the next champions, I mean, I assume that they're going to have like a little tournament for a bunch of women's tag teams, but I don't think that needs to happen now. I think Jade will turn on Bianca, and then they will forfeit the titles. Alright, let's also talk about now the World Tag Team Championships. The current champions, when I did my previous video, were the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough. And my God, it is still Finn Balor and JD McDonough. And also, in the last video, I predicted that Jey Uso and Sami Zayn were going to dethrone them. Obviously, that's not happening because Jey Uso he just won the Intercontinental Championship, and he's about to go insert himself in the Bloodline storyline, at least I hope anyway. But overall, I don't see that happening anymore. I see them taking a different route. I think that Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio will end up dethroning the Judgment Day. I mean, I really don't see anybody dethroning them right now. I mean, you also have the War Raiders, actually, Viking Raiders. I'm not calling them the War Raiders. They will always be the Viking Raiders. I mean, obviously, Alpha Academy's not going to do it. The New Day is going to break up soon, so that's going to be a different storyline. American Made, maybe, I don't know. Chad Gable has not been seen on TV for like a couple months now. I don't really see anybody doing it. I mean, New Catch Republic is injured right now. The Awesome Truth just broke up. Overall, the tag team divisions so far have been absolutely wrecked right now. They have had no credibility at all. But overall, you already know, the LWO already has beef with the Judgment Day. So it would make sense. It's probably going to be due to interference eventually. But I don't know. I mean, this is a completely random guess. I really have nothing to go off of because they haven't even defended the things since, like, September. They haven't even defended them since last month. So I'm going to go with the LWO here. Now let's go ahead and talk about the WWE Tag Team Champions. And in the last video, the champions were the Bloodline, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. It is still the Bloodline, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And also in the last video, I predicted that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes were going to be the ones to dethrone him. And my God, how wrong is that? Jeez Louise. Obviously, you know, they turned on each other. They hate each other now. Now I'm going to go with a completely different direction right now. I think that the United Usos are going to do it. I mean, it really only makes sense. I mean, by the time they do it, it's going to be at WrestleMania. Jey Uso will not have the Intercontinental title anymore. I guarantee that. It just really makes sense because they're going to be warring with each other in the Bloodline Civil War, and the end-all, be-all is eventually going to be the Usos versus the Tongans, which, I mean, there's no way the Usos would lose that in real life. There definitely will be some shenanigans here, but I think it's going to end up with Roman, you know, being in trouble with the Bloodline, then the Usos, then Jimmy Uso will come out. They're going to try to fight him, but they can't do it alone. But then Jey Uso will come out. Him and Jimmy will hug it out. Then they're going to team up for the tag team title. Kind of like how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did it going into WrestleMania 39. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with the Usos here. Let's talk about the WWE United States Champion. Now, in the last video, the champion was LA Knight. It is still LA Knight. And in the last video, I predicted that Carmelo Hayes will be the one to dethrone LA Knight. I am going to change my opinion. I don't think that Carmelo Hayes is going to do it, considering the fact that they literally just had a match. So, I mean, Carmelo Hayes is too caught up in other things, like, you know, he's got Andrade, he's got, like, a bunch of other things going on. So, I don't see Carmelo Hayes doing it. I don't see Andrade dethroning him. I don't see AJ Styles. I don't see Logan Paul. I see Kevin Owens doing it. I don't think that Kevin Owens is really world title material right now as of this moment. So, he's going to need to build his character back up to a world title material character, considering the fact that he literally has not had a title in years. Well, no, the tag team title does not count. I think he's going to go on a run with the United States Championship for a little bit. I do think that this will be at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be now, considering that LA Knight, he's been such a great champion so far. He's defended the title very consistently, something that Logan Paul could not do to save his life. But I just think that Kevin Owens, like, it's time. Like, it's time for him to get a championship run back. It's time for him to finally start building up towards that world title again. I don't think he has the character to dethrone Cody Rhodes right now, considering that Cody Rhodes is about to go into the Bloodline Civil War too. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Kevin Owens here as a heel. Alright, next up we got the Intercontinental Champion. Now, in the last video, the champion was Braun Breaker. That championship has changed. It is now Jey Uso. And in the last video, I thought that Sheamus was gonna beat Braun Breaker, considering, you know, he's old. He needs one more title for the Grand Slam. I don't see Sheamus dethroning him. I don't see anyone else dethroning him besides this guy. Please do not hit the dislike button. Please don't. I have Dominic Mysterio. I just think he's had such a great heel run, man. I think it's time you give him a mid-card championship. Not a world title, mid-card championship. There's definitely, in their match, there definitely will be some shenanigans. I do think the Bloodline will cost Jey Uso the championship. I think Jimmy Uso will try to help, but they're going to take out Jimmy Uso. Then they're going to take out Jey Uso, and then which will allow Dominic Mysterio to hit the frog splash and then get the title. It depends on who will dethrone him besides that, but I think that Dominic Mysterio, he has everything going his way. He has all the antics he needs to be a heel champion that cheats to win. I mean, every show needs a good heel, you know. And the main Raw heel right now is Dominic Mysterio, in my opinion. And yeah, because I mean, I just feel like Jey Uso is about to go into the Bloodline story, so he doesn't really need the IC title to do that. So I'm gonna go with Dominic Mysterio here. let's go ahead and talk about the Women's World Champion. In the last video, the champion is Liv Morgan. It is still Liv Morgan, and my opinion is not changed. It never will. It is going to be Rhea Ripley. It's not going to happen until WrestleMania. They're going to have two separate teams at War Games. I guarantee you that. It's just, I mean, it doesn't need to go into anyone else's hands but Rhea Ripley. That's all I'm going to say. This storyline, it's not ending until WrestleMania. The end-all be-all is the final match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, which Rhea Ripley will come out on top. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. Rhea Ripley is going to be the one to dethrone. She's the best woman on the roster. She will be the best woman on the roster for years to come as long as she keeps this character. And I just think giving her the title is only going to get the crowd behind her more because the first time she's done a damn good job. So, yeah, Rhea Ripley, undisputedly. No question about it. Alright, next up, why don't we talk about the WWE Women's Championship. Now, in the last video, the champion was Nia Jax. It is still, in fact, Nia Jax. And in the last video, I thought it was going to be Tiffany Stratton, and I'm continuing to sit behind this opinion. I still think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. As I said in the last video, Charlotte Flair is going to return. Her and Nia Jax will have the match at WrestleMania, but during that match, Tiffany Stratton will in fact cash in, considering since the last video, there has been some tension going on with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Obviously, you know, Nia Jax grabbing Tiffany Stratton by the shirt, threatening her in some way. I do think the tension is going to boil up a little bit more into WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair is going to return at the Royal Rumble. I can guarantee you that. She's going to challenge. I don't think she's going to win, though, but she will challenge Nia Jax at WrestleMania. They're going to put on a good little lengthy match, but then that's when Tiffany Stratton is going to make her move, and she will become the new WWE Women's Champion. Alright, now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the world titles. We're going to start with the World Heavyweight title. In the last video, the champion was Gunther. Is still, in fact, Gunther. It's still going to be Gunther for months and months to come. In the last video, I also predicted that, you can't see me, John Cena will dethrone Gunther. I'm sticking with that opinion. I still think it's going to be Gunther. He's not going to face him at WrestleMania, though. It's just the only problem is I don't see Gunther, as I said in the last video, I don't see Gunther losing that title until, like, SummerSlam of next year. Like, he's going to hold that title for a long time. He's going to hold that title for a while because, you know, it's Gunther. Over 70% of the time that he's been on this main roster, he's held a title. You know, he's held the Intercontinental title for 666 days. He's going to hold the World Heavyweight title for over 365 days. And he's going to lose the title at SummerSlam, where the end-all, be-all will be John Cena. Because, like, those two characters fit in a storyline. You know, you got like a delusional heel character, a delusional heel champion like Gunther, and then you got the babyface hero that everybody loves in John Cena. Just usually the babyface comes out to win, and I do think that John Cena, I do think that is going to be the case. My WrestleMania opponent for Gunther will be Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is going to win the Elimination Chamber for the second year in a row. I just don't see him winning against Gunther because his whole character is about him losing. Gunther's going to go on to SummerSlam and face John Cena, where he will lose the title. And then John Cena's last opponent will be against Randy Orton, where he will also lose the title. You know, it just his career is not ending until Survivor Series 2025. He's gonna wrestle the whole entire 2025. He's gonna have some. He's gonna win the Intercontinental title beforehand. Before he goes on to the world title picture. So yeah, I see John Cena dethroning Gunther. And finally, we got the main event of the evening, which is the undisputed WWE Champion. And in the last video, the champion was Cody Rhodes. It is still, in fact, Cody Rhodes. And in the last video, I predicted that the person to dethrone Cody Rhodes was going to be the final boss, Bloodline rules. The Rock. I don't see that happening anymore. I see them going a completely different direction. I think it's going to be Randy Orton. I do think that Randy Orton will win the Royal Rumble. I think he's gonna teeter that he could face Gunther, but I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna choose Cody because he will eventually turn on Cody. They will have the match at Mania, and then it's going to be a banger, by the way. Don't get me wrong. But I think Randy Orton will end up dethroning Cody Rhodes. It's just, he's the perfect guy to do it. They have chemistry in the ring. They're going to put on a clinic. They have a history with each other. They're best friends. But I just feel like Randy is the right guy. It's time for him to get his 15th. He hasn't really done much since he's been on the main roster, since he returned last year at Survivor Series. I just feel like if you give him a world title, he'll get his credibility back. Also, since Cody Rhodes is going to be feuding with The Rock, that match is inevitable. I just feel like Randy Orton is the right choice here. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like on this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please help me get to 600 or maybe even 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm aiming for 1,000 by the end of the year. So without further ado, I'll see y'all guys the next time I upload. Peace.